You have to be fair. You have to be consistent. You need to follow the rules. I mean, there's policy and procedures in place, and the reason that most of them are there is for a reason. There's a history of it, and to make a safe working environment, I mean, for everyone. You know, our mission is to protect the employee, the offender, and the public. And if you don't follow the rules, then that's where we get sideways and things happen. We do orientation once a week for all the new arrivals, and there was one several months ago, this little girl, young girl, and you could tell during the orientation, you could tell she was upset and kind of nervous. And after I got done talking to the group, and we let the group go, because me and my deputies usually do the orientation towards the end to see if there's any overall questions. And I pulled her aside and I asked her, I said, are you okay? And she said, no, I'm just so scared. There's a lot of difference. Men are more apt, if you tell them no, they accept it and go on. You know, it's just a simple request. Can I do such and such, or can I have such and such? You tell them no, you know, and most of them accept that and go on. The females, they don't like to be told no. They want to argue with you. They want to explain. They get emotional. And the good thing is, with me being female, and I'm at a female institution right now, I can say some things to the women inmates that they may have taken more offense if a male said it to them. They actually have more physical scuffles versus men. When men have a fight, there's usually a weapon involved, or somebody's going to get really hurt. Thankfully, that's not the case in women's prisons. They do a lot of female medical screening and prevention. You know, of course, the mammograms and the female exams and all that. I mean, it's a lot different. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, the first year, and even now, it's only been a year and a half, sometimes I'm shocked about some of the things I see and hear, and I'm like, yeah, you wouldn't ever see that in men's prison, so it's interesting. Women are very manipulative. Well, inmates in general are somewhat, but they get mad at their girlfriend or whatever, and then they file reports that are not true. That is the worst thing at a female's prison than a men's, because they're constantly making up things. The first couple months I got here, they'd come up to me crying over something, and I'd be going, why are you crying? And it would be over something simple, and I'm telling them, stop your crying. I'm not going to feel sorry for you because you're crying. And then they'd dry their tears immediately, and, well, I'm just mad because I'm getting moved, or I got mad because I'm losing my job. Yeah, it takes an emotional toll. I haven't slept very good in years. My brain won't shut off. It runs, I think, of a lot of things. What do I need to do the next day? I get up, I'll write lists sometimes when I don't sleep, and I come in and my chief or somebody will say, Warden, you didn't sleep again last night, did you? Because I come in with a list. I'm just kind of shocked that I'm here at this point. I mean, it wasn't a plan, you know, but I'm enjoying it. I didn't think it would get into your blood the way the DOC does. They broke the law, and I understand that. They just have to fess up to what they've done, and if they did wrong, they need to do their time, stay out of trouble, and get back to their families. And I tell them that, a lot. All of us do. I mean, all my staff tell them, you got to stay out of trouble. If you can't stay out of trouble in prison, how are you going to stay out of trouble when you get on the streets? Surprising to me is the women's prisons here has a lot more programs than the men's do. Community-wise, women get actually more support than men. It's amazing. I mean, at the men's prisons, you wouldn't get phone calls all the time trying to donate things. At the women's, they do. We have a lot of programs, a lot of classes. I've got several offenders that are in college. I've got the educational program, the faith and character program, the religious programs. It's just, we've actually, because my philosophy is if you keep an inmate busy, it keeps them out of trouble. I've had several offenders that I've brought up and we've talked and tried to get them on the right track, and and I'm trying so hard to help them, and then they turn around and they're back to doing what they were doing. It's just some of them you can't help it, and then they get out, they come back. I mean, I've only been here a year and a half, and several of the offenders have gotten out and turned around and come back already, and it's like, man, are you kidding me? It's frustrating. It's disappointing when they keep coming back or they keep doing what they're doing here, and you can't stop them. I mean, I've got 1,400 inmates, and at a given time I may have 14 officers out there. You can't stop. I mean, it's hard to stop them from their negative behavior. Trying. If you can get to at least get 1 or 2 out of 100 that you change and it makes them better, that's a good thing. It's better than nothing.